Alright, I guess I'm live. Welcome to whatever this show is. It still has yet to be named, and we're figured out, but it's in the morning, so it's good. Um, I'm gonna discuss stuff that happened last night. Ask a couple questions because, man, this is a lot. I just can't believe that he can just get away with so much like that, you know? I mean, he hasn't been charged with a crime. I'm talking about Brian Laundrie. He hasn't been charged with anything. Technically, he hasn't done nothing wrong. Other than the fact that he's failing to talk about the person that he supposedly loved so much. It's just a weird, very weird case. Anyways, I hope all you guys are good, wherever you guys may be. And, alright, let's start. So, of course, you guys know, you know, Gabby here. You guys know that she's missing. Like, really missing. Like, we don't know where the hell she is or could be or really anything. Thank God people are coming out and starting to talk because, you know, that's a good thing because there's sightings of, you know, Brian and there's sightings of the van and there's sightings of all this other stuff. So maybe, just maybe, they don't need Brian to find her. And I don't think they do. Well, I don't know. What is your guys' thoughts? Do you think that Brian is going to lead them to her? For the people that don't know, I'll put the van up here in this corner. This is their van that they had, that they were traveling across the country, hiking and doing all that great stuff. I mean, they pretty much were living in their van. Um, to everybody who does not know Brian Laundrie, this is him here. After apparently Gabby scratched his face after an altercation in the car that caused them to get stopped by police because somebody reported them, which is kind of a good thing because we get to see her kind of demeanor. We get to see her, you know, kind of how she talks, her mannerisms, everything. It's just, we see her in real life as opposed to just a picture. Now, Brian, on the other hand, seemed very sketchy during that whole thing. I mean, he was probably nervous because the cops pulled him over, no doubt. I would be too. But, I mean, really, seriously. When I was driving, you know, when the red and blues would start going, I would just like, you know, almost become paralyzed. I was so freaking scared. Um, but it's a good thing they did stop. I mean, I think they should have been a little bit more. I don't know. I think that I felt in that situation that they were more. Gabby was in the wrong than Brian because they were like all buddy buddy with Brian, and they were kind of a little bit more snippy with Gabby. But it's hard to say. She was kind of more out of control than what Brian was. So that could be the reason. But I want to ask you guys, and you guys can type it here in the chat that's live right over here to the side over here. That, no, wrong way. That way. That way? I don't know if that's the right direction. If that's not, then do it the reverse way. But I think it's that way, because it's that way for me. Unless it's not, and then it's that way. I'll point, well, I'll point that way too. Okay, I don't know where it's going to show up. Oh, I was right. It is that way. Okay, so first question is speak up. Anthony, I don't know what the heck the middle thing is. Wrench. All right. So first question is, do you think Brian Laundrie will be talking if he's found? And here's my thought on that. I would think if the walls are closing in, like, okay, say he's alive. Nobody really knows where he is. He could be on a beach in Cancun. But say he's alive. And they pull him out of that Really? Willie? Willie? Willie. How about now? Is that better? Can you guys hear me any better now? Hello. Well, hell, I don't know how to fix that. My mic is turned all the way up as high as it can go. Is it better? Okay, so if you didn't hear the question I had was, do you think Brian Laundrie will talk if he's found alive? I'm not 100% certain how I feel about it. I think he should. I think he definitely should be speaking about something because, I mean, well, if it's not perfect, we'll have to figure out what the hell happened because I don't really have a clue. This is the same thing I used for yesterday morning. Hey, Edgar. Um, I would also like to say too that if I know it's at the very beginning, but you know, hey Lisa, we are always thanking our subscribers for subscribing. And it's so awesome how many people have subscribed. So, if you haven't, please do, because it helps us. And also hit that like button down there, because I like to see that number go up too. That's a nice number to go up as well. But do you guys think he's going to talk if he's found alive? What is your thoughts? Hi, Yvonne. Um, Honestly, I would think with pressure, I don't even know. It doesn't seem to be like they're pressuring him for anything. So basically, is this what I'm getting from this whole thing? Is that you could possibly kill somebody and just sit there and shut up until evidence comes available that will pin it to you? And then even then you don't have to talk. You have the right to remain silent regardless. And, you know, legal counsel will probably advise you to be quiet. Well, it already has for him. But my question is that if you don't have nothing to hide, why the hell are you quiet? Why not say anything? And if I were those cops and I went in there to talk to his parents when they reported him missing, I would have been like, okay, this is kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, I understand you're in a pickle, your son's missing, but you know what? We got a missing girl too, and she's been missing a lot longer, and your son was the last person that's seen her. So, kind of like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type thing. And you tell me info and we'll get on this looking for him right now type thing. I know it's not probably right to say that because, he's a human being and he deserves to be found too, regardless if we think he's guilty or not. I guess it doesn't matter what we all think. The law's the law. And apparently he's doing what he's doing within the law. So, I don't know. It's crazy. I just don't know. So Blind Dad says Bob. Bob that was here last night, Bob. He says, I think if he's found, it's likely straight to a meeting with the attorney. Like, so basically the cops said yesterday, or that Josh guy, um, said yesterday that technically if they find him in that reserve, they could pick him up and take him back home. I know it probably wasn't the right way, the right thing to say, but to get information from Gabby, maybe that's what happened, and maybe that's how they ended up with uh, what the hell did they have? They have access to their phones, but it's not in real time. I guess is what it was. It'd sure be nice though if that could work that way. And I have another question here. What do you, blah, blah, not what, where do you think he is? Or what is he doing? Do you think he's alive? I'm not sure on that one. I find it weird he went hiking. And I find it weird it took them how many days to report him missing? Like, why wait? He went missing on Tuesday, and they didn't report him missing until Friday. Maybe he said he was going to be home Friday or Thursday. But the fact that they picked up his Mustang, as if they pretty much just dropped him off there at the reserve. Um, Hi, Fanita. Um, if they picked him up at the reserve or dropped him off at the reserve so he could go hiking, um, why would they take his car? Wouldn't he need that to get back home? Well, to their house. Where's Gabby's stuff? To me, it seems like he just kind of, sort of, went back to Florida, probably did whatever he had to do, tried to get rid of whatever evidence, if there was any evidence in the van, and um, kind of hung out. Yvonne says, why does it seem law enforcement has been so chill with him? That's what I'm saying. I'm shocked that they weren't keeping him under surveillance. They claim they knew where he was. And they stressed they knew where he was. Bob says, as of 3 hours ago, Northport police say they're back out and searching for him in the reserve. Yeah, I was listening to the news feed. I was listening to the news feed from, I don't know, that news. He fled to Mexico. You think so, Michelle? It's possible. It's very possible that that's what he did exactly. Okay, so Gabby. Let's not take light off of Gabby. I just keep feeling that this whole crap with Brian. Okay, so this is what's going to happen, okay? We're going to take his picture down because I don't like him right now. I don't have supporting documentation, Yvonne, but I have seen it floating around there. The family has. Yeah. I was going to say that about the ties. Okay, so we got Gabby. Gabby's a 22-year-old, in case you guys don't know. She's a 22-year-old, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, beautiful young lady. And we don't know where she is. I did hear they were looking for her at that Grand Teton, whatever it was. I don't know. You guys, I'm Canadian. I don't know the names of the stuff down in the States. I have no idea. I'm here because I care. Don't judge me. Sorry if I seem hyper. It's because apparently I made a very strong cup of coffee this morning. And you're wondering why I have a grappa cup? It's definitely, I'm not a grappa. It used to be my grappa's cup. So now I get to use it. But being that he's no longer here. Gabby. What can we say about Gabby? Gabby's dad, her real dad, like real dad, like there's fake dads out there. I mean, I guess there is, but her biological father is really taking this very hard. I mean, could you imagine? Could you imagine? Your daughter goes on a cross-country trip, and the only person that knows about it is this boyfriend who was keeping his yap shut and then suddenly goes missing. Okay, so here is another question. I'm going to mention Brian one more time. Do we need Brian found in order to find Gabby? Do you guys think that? Arthur said Spread Creek dispersed camping area. Is that where they found the van. I just saw something on, I'm not sure if it's legit. Let's see here. If it's not legit, let's see, where did I find it? Hold on. Don't panic, guys. I'm just gonna check this out on my phone. Oh, and thank you for the 3 people that did subscribe. Wait, didn't I take a? Ah, I did. So there was this thing from True Crime Society on Instagram that said, while editing a video tonight, Jen found some footage of ours from August 27th around 6 p.m. around the Grand Teton at Spread Creek dispersed camping. They found what might have been their van. It looks very similar to their van. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. No. Um, that's where they're focusing the search, yeah. But it looks like on the 27th, the van was sitting there. So on the 27th, okay, wait. How does that fit into the timeline, the 27th? Hey, Bob, you got the timeline there, don't you? I don't have it with me available. So I guess that was another possible sighting. That's one thing I like. I like the fact that they are, people are starting to talk and say things like, I honestly think, yeah, I agree that too, Anita, that there's more probabilities of finding her if Brian is interrogated by investigators. Um, I thought something else happened too on the timeline on the 27th. I can't remember. To you, to the guys here, everybody here, Blind Dad Life there. He is my boyfriend. We're in a long distance relationship, and he's also a co-host on the evening show, which is at 8 p.m. every night, where we discuss whatever the heck's going on in the world. Lately, it's been Summer Wells, it's been Gabby. Uh, Michael Vaughn was a 5-year-old little boy, blonde hair, blue eyes, that just disappeared too. Can't remember where he was from. Where's he from? I didn't think he was too far away from where Summer was. Uh, he is the only one that knows where he left her. Do you guys think he's responsible for um the couple, the female couple that the newlyweds there being murdered? Or maybe it was Gabby. I just find it really weird. They were in that area and they were in that area. And Gabby's missing and those 2 people are dead. Maybe they're like serial killers or something. Not Gabby, but Brian. Um, so I want to know. So FBI Denver Twitter said they closed that area down for searching. Well, I'm glad they're searching for her, even though they really have no idea. But now that they have access to the phones, not in real time, but they have access to the phones. They don't have the phones. I want to make that clear, but they have access to them. I guess information on them. Um, August 27th, yeah. What about it? What happened on August 27th, Bob? I guess I could have just looked up. Maybe if I have the paper. I don't even know if I have the paper. Hold on. Well, maybe there wasn't anything on the 27th. This was an old timeline, though. I don't have the new one. So, my other question is should we talk a little bit about, like, do we stay on Gabby and Brian? She told a friend through Snapchat that she was going to meet at Yellowstone for her birthday. You think, oh, Edgar, hold on here. You think that he did kill that couple, and you thought, oh, Gabby saw the whole thing. I mean, I saw a picture too. I don't know if it was from um that incident that they had, the police incident there in Moab, but I saw a photo of Gabby where it looked like her eye was kind of bruised. I don't know. Another theory, what if they encountered the guy that killed the couple and he ran away and left her behind? Well, that's a shitty boyfriend. I mean, I guess any way you slice it, it's a shitty boyfriend. The van was spotted on the 27th by the YouTuber. The meeting was supposed to happen on the 29th, but she never showed. So there was nothing. Oh. Well, at least we could fill in the 27th that the van was spotted. Anybody else but me think it's really weird that he was hitchhiking? I found that really strange. Especially when they had a van. Unless they got into another fight. Uh, like they did when they had the cops there in Moab. If they got into another fight and then, he needed space from her or whatever it was and just took off. Maybe she wouldn't leave him alone and he was just like, what about? I don't know. I guess I could explain why he didn't have anything in his backpack too. Maybe it was a spontaneous, I'm getting the hell out of here. For some reason, we still don't know why that was. All right. I do want to mention something though, because I did see on another channel last night that people were claiming, and we did kind of talk about it a little bit too, about the fact it was regarding Summer. If you guys saw last night's video, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, it's down, 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 down. It's around where that subscribe button and like stuff is, just past that. The thing is, seems he was more prone to having her leave the van, as was stated in the police report. He was more prone to have her leave. Maybe he felt safe in there, because, they did portray her as kind of like the bully in the situation. I guess, if you could say that. I don't know. But there was something said that people are not bringing enough attention to other people that are missing because we're all stuck on the Gabby case, or we're all stuck on the Summer case, or, this case, that case, whatever. And even though these are all high, profile cases, they're definitely the other people that don't get as much coverage should get more coverage. Now, I just did this before I went to bed last night, so I did have a ton of time finding information about it. But before I get there, we'll see what Arthur said here. I think they parked there. They were where the YouTuber saw the van. He took the keys, left her with the van, did this hike, hitched back. Gabby's missing now. Drove home to Florida. That's very true too. That could have happened. Okay, so I'm gonna talk just quickly here about Jelani Day. I don't know how he went missing or what the circumstances were as to how he became missing, but it looks a little suspicious and a little bit weird. So, anyhow, Jelani Day has been missing since August 4th from the Bloomington, Illinois area. He's 25 years old. I got a picture. Hold on. There he is. He's 25 years old. He's a black male, 6'2", 180 pounds, short black hair, brown eyes. That's a facial hair. He did at the time. He has a car, a 2010 Chrysler 300. If you have any information about him, please call the Bloomington Police Department at 309-820-8888. He was last seen leaving Beyond Hello in Bloomington, Illinois, parking lot on the 24th. He was reported missing on the 25th. His clothes he was wearing, that they found on surveillance just before that, were found in his car. On the 26th, his car was found with no plates in Peru, Illinois. So far in that case, there's a person they did find that was deceased, but apparently it's going to take a few weeks before they know if it was him or not. I don't know why that is. Like, it's 2021. Come on, guys, get with the freaking program. But his family desperately want him back. And apparently his mother said that she needs to hear his voice, because that's something he always said, that he needs to hear her voice. Now she wants to hear his. And the sad thing is these people have been missing for close to a month. Well, Gabby is going on a month too. What do you do after that? Like, is there a time frame where it becomes a search for a body and not a person? How does that work? So Jelani Day, if you guys have seen him, or know his whereabouts, or are in the area of Bloomington, Illinois, or Peru, Illinois, and you've seen anything, please, please, please contact the proper people. And of course, we also have that Michael Vaughn, the 5-year-old blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy. Bob, where was he from? I got all these people in my head in these places I can't remember. And one thing I do want to actually start doing on this morning channel, or show, is talk about a different missing person every morning. Like, take 10-15 minutes and discuss it. YouTuber vlogger Harold Balder met Gabby Petito in Wyoming 2 weeks ago. Fruitland, Idaho. That's where it was. Abra Cadabra. 2 weeks ago would have been. He was missing since July 27th. And of course, we have Summer Wells, who is still missing. The 5-year-old little cutie, blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl from Rogersville, Tennessee. I knew that one. We've done videos on her down below. Anybody wondering why we haven't been doing videos is because it's been a circus between the YouTubers. So we're just going to let that crap die down. Of course, we'll bring information when it becomes available, but there isn't anything new. You think that's the YouTuber that Arthur was referring to? Who? Jelani Day? I'm asking because he's right there. All right. I do agree we need to bring attention. I wish I could bring attention to every single missing person. But that's kind of impossible because, well, how do you bring attention to every single person? I mean, you really can't. Harold Balder. Who is that? Is that he didn't see her or meet with her. 2 weeks ago would have been when? 14 days ago, which would have been the 4th. What the hell would they be meeting her on the 4th if she was missing on the 25th? With Summer's case, sadly, the only developments are the antics of those who are heavily involved. That is very true. And I did notice that Voices is now jumping on the Gabby bandwagon. Probably because a little bit of kerfluffle in the Gabby case. You know, because they want to bring the attention back to Summer. So I would expect with that some shenanigans from Dawn and all them will be happening again very soon. Just to bring the attention back, to swing it back to her. Because, just because we're covering other cases doesn't mean we've forgotten about that sweet little girl. It just means that, between all the threatening violence and everything from the YouTubers, that it's not, yeah. I'm meaning BK share and others who are acting like children or worse. As crappy as it is with Dawn Wells and how him and Candace have been acting during this whole last 3 months, that their daughter have had blah, 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 their daughter's been missing, is it's almost as the YouTubers are almost worse than than um than that guy's name, the creepy dude, Don. You guys, this whole shit show is a shit show. It is. It seriously is. And I don't mean that with any disrespect to anybody's families of any missing person that is out there. But, okay, the two cases, Summer Wells and Gabby Petito, are both very, very based off of weird stuff. Like, we don't know what the hell's going on in this, excuse me, the Summer case. Only because we have 40,000 different what happens from, 3 different people, 4 different people that were in the car, apparently experiencing the same thing, but we have 40,000 different stories about what happened that day. And then people came and started entering into the thing like Don, who was apparently at work, but then he wasn't at work because he didn't know his time, and they don't know anything about time. I'm hoping, at least with this Gabby case, the times are, well, they don't have much time. They can't go off of much because, well, what do they know? She was there, and then how many days later she wasn't? I mean, and then a few days after that, he was back at home with her van without her. I mean, and he wants to shut up. I think his lawyer sucks. Because if you have any morals, you would say something as to where she is. I don't care if if he did something to her, I understand the fear of saying something. And if he did something to her, that could explain why he lawyered up. But, what the hell? Say something. It is a human being. It's a human being who has just as many rights as everybody else and, is the same as everybody else. But yet, choose not to say anything about her whereabouts, regardless of what the hell happened to her. Say something. Give her parents closure if that's what they need. Say something. Now, with the Summer Wells case, Dawn knows something. Candace knows something. Grandma knows something. I believe the 3 boys know something. I believe Hunter knows something. And Allie. Say something, because there's a little girl missing. She could be anywhere. She could be alive. People could be doing horrible, horrible things to this girl. And yet everybody keeps their mouth shut because why? They're afraid because the popo can come get them? Well, you shouldn't have done what you did. You wouldn't be afraid. Like, I really am getting pissed off at these people. Yeah, I know. Be quiet. Yeah, I know. They tell them all to be quiet. I know. But do you think his lawyer knows the truth? Do you really seriously think his lawyer knows the truth? The truth is, if Brian said anything, it could have opened up a can of worms for him that he did not want to go into. Dude, then he shouldn't have done it. It's called taking responsibility for your actions. Owning up to it. So you fucked up. So, it was a fit of rage. It was whatever it was. And then it happened. It sucked. It was terrible. It was whatever. But it happened. You can't take it back. So why hide it? Why not admit to it? Take your punishment, whatever that may be, and live the life that you made for yourself. when you chose to do what you did. Hey, Crystal. But why hide it? I can't imagine what Gabby Petito's family is feeling. And this may be heartless, but I don't really care what the Laundries are feeling. Because I believe the parents know of what brought Brian back without Gabby. And who knows? For all we know, this could have all been planned if it is true that Brian did go back to Florida back on the 17th of August. Maybe this was something that was a planned deal. Maybe he talked to his parents, maybe, or somebody else, and they planned this, that, she was going to be off, or whatever the case is. He couldn't handle it. He wanted out of the relationship, and that was the only feasible way to see how, of course, this is all just my opinion. Um, couldn't find a way out. That was the only way out. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is, own up to it. Be a fucking man. But from their action, it appears that the family is much more concerned about protecting Brian than finding Gabby. That's what I'm saying. Why? If he's guilty of something that happened to Gabby, if he is guilty of something, he deserves to be outed. Now, on BK's, if you guys don't know who BK is, it's Benny Keys from his channel, Blood Money Benny Keys. He had said something about okay, I understand that, Finita. I do. I get that. I mean, it's instinct, I think, when you fuck up, you want to cover your shit and do all that. But I just the parents going along with it. I'm sure it's happened in the past, and I'm sure Cynical Sam. Oh, whoa, whoa. Brian's mom worked for the DA? Is that what maybe you were talking about, Brian? Or not, Brian. Bob? Oh my god, there's so many bees. I don't know. I'm not sure what to think anymore, people. I just don't know. I just want Gabby found. I want, is that confirmed, Cynical Sam, or is that just a thought? Like, is it fact? That guy, that Josh guy. That Josh guy from, is he, I don't even know. Me So Brutal? Yes, I saw that she did, but I haven't been able to see any confirmation on it. Oh. No, I didn't know that about his mom. I just heard rumors. There's supporting evidence. No supporting evidence. One of the family members worked with law enforcement to some capacity. Wow. Well, I mean, it's possible, but that doesn't, does that, I'm assuming the Laundrie family is very rich, and it's like all about their, um, how they're portrayed to the people around them, right? Like they have, the hell's the word I'm looking for? They have, their reputation, I suppose, to keep clean, especially if the mother is involved in something like that. Um, are you taking notes of that, Bob? Um, they don't want their name trashed. But, that must have been embarrassing and really frustrating to have all those people camped out on your yard. But yeah, if they have connections to the law enforcement in some capacity, DA, whatever, um, that could explain why they want to keep their name clean. I mean, they wouldn't want to have it leak that their son is a murderer or something. But yet, let's have it leak that he's missing, and now people should go boohoo for him and forget about Gabby or some stupid shit. I don't know. I used to honestly think that maybe it was all a ploy. It was all a thing to get whatchamadoos, um, views for their channels and all that kind of nonsense. I'm thinking now that this is actually a serious issue. I think Brian done fucked up. And like most cowards, will probably take his own life and nobody will know anything. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, Cynical Sam. I think them not talking gives them a dirty name. I agree, Crystal. Totally. Have you heard of the rumor with the All Trails app? Yes. Yes. If you're talking about the same one as I was thinking in my noodle, I think so. Explain a little further there, me so brutal. Are you really brutal? Don't be brutal toward me. I'm a fun girl. I'm also a bonehead. All right. I'm a bonehead. I'll admit it. Now, let me ask you guys this. This might be a really fucked up question, okay? But let me ask you this. And I apologize if I swear too much, but that's just me. It's what it is. Um, if you were Brian, would you keep your mouth shut? If you did something to Gabby? Well, yeah, I think that kind of solidified shit when they had, like, how many hundreds of people on their front lawn. So I'm assuming there haven't been any updates in this Gabby Petito. Nobody's screaming in here with information that just came out. Because I'm not watching the. I heard they're searching that reserve again for Brian. Um, Good luck with that. Like I said to Bob yesterday, if he did do something to himself out there, wouldn't the gators get him? Because I thought there was a lot of gators. I heard they're searching the Spread Lake area in Wyoming for Gabby. So you guys think she never made it out of Wyoming? Is that what they think? Like, how do they know where to look? Unless they have information from the phones about locations. But you think that they'd be announcing that so that if people seen them during those times that Brian's in Mexico, most likely, in my opinion. Have you seen the camera footage of the people that got a pic of their vehicle on the 27th? No. No, I have not. I was looking into the Jelani Day. Does anybody here know how he went missing? It doesn't say anywhere. And I'm a fool sometimes and don't know how to look through the internet. Unfollowing. Oh, so you can only. Oh, wait. So that would have to be him unfollowing, right? That's not something that other people can do. He would have to do that from his account. Is that another TikTok video? Because I'm going to have to start looking at TikTok. I mean, it sounds crazy. Anybody have a link? Anybody got a blink-a-dink? Or a crink-a-dink? I want a link. I'm needing a link. Correct, it would have been done from his account. So, there's activity. Is that his main account? Like that bizarre design, the actual one that had 100 and some thousand followers? Did I say 100 and some followers? I meant 100 and some thousand followers. Something didn't sound right. Please hit that like button, guys. I know all of you haven't. I also know all of you haven't subscribed. Come on now, subscribers. What was it? I thought it was a higher one. Oh, wait a minute, maybe it's lower. The followers are the people that click to follow him, and I'm sure he's got a lot right now because of all this baloney. Does anyone know about his passport movement? I just don't know why he would be in Florida. He could have gone to Mexico or somewhere else. And that's what I'm. Can you see that link? I can't see no link. Um. Yeah, I think the backup one is fake, but I mean, it would be nice to know that he gave a shit about Gabby and actually does miss her, but I highly doubt that's the case, being he's a nincompoop. No, I don't see it. No. Is that the name of the video? Channel red, white. Bathroom has that. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, this is all crazy. Yes, Ralph. Thank you. That's the name. Thank you. That is the name of the people. Am I missing something? Am I not following again? YouTube maybe blocking it. Yeah, that's possible. Angel City Girl says there was also someone on Fox News saying they were trying to get their nomadic static up and running, and this could all be fake. I don't agree with that, though. But, people do crazy stuff to get noticed. I mean, look at the Summer Wells case, for instance. Look at those YouTubers. They're going crazy just for views and money and all that other kind of crap. Pepperoni has the link, he said. Ralph. Welcome, Ralph. I didn't see you sneak in here. Didn't see you sneak. I didn't see you sneak. We can almost guarantee Gabby was alive with or without Brian after the August 27th. The last time they were together is likely the 29th and 30th, based on the evidence from the other camper couple. Yeah, that's probably true. Oh, yeah, that was the thing I was reading, but I didn't see the video for it. All right. I'm not ending the stream, but my coffee is doing things to me that I don't like. It's making me want to have to pee. So I'll be right back. I will be back in 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. Alright. Sorry, guys. I'm back. What did I miss? I saw that was how we talked on here. Hey, Wade. Welcome to the stream. Brandon, welcome. Modern Prospector, welcome. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. So, my question is, can you guys hear me? Oh, shoot. As far as calling in, um, I don't have the capability of doing that right this second because I, you know, don't really know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to that. Should be happy that I'm here. I got myself here somehow. I'm trying to do it on Streamlabs, but it seems to be impossible to do. Um, Law enforcement officer here. I've been following the case since the beginning. Sad to see people painting Gabby as the aggressor when she clearly. Yeah, but did people paint her as that modern perspective before the cam footage shit came out? I think it's because that's how the cops kind of made her seem. She was the aggressor. They took Brian's side the whole time. Even the cop asked her why she's still crying. Well, obviously she's upset. Last I heard, Scott Peterson gets to play basketball on the jail roof every day here in Modesto. Oh, prisoners get treated like gold at times, I think. Which is why I don't understand why you wouldn't confess to a crime. You get to go to the Hilton, dude. You get to go to the Hilton. Hey, Queen of Hearts, welcome to the stream. My daughter and her husband traveled from Texas and had a flat tire in their trailer when they were there at the very same time. But it was at night and they didn't see anything, unfortunately. Wow, that's creepy. Yeah, but the thing is, with situations like that, maybe they didn't recall it because it didn't seem like it was, you know, um, I'm sure we all see things and we're like, am I gonna have to use it? We can't put everything in the back of our heads going like, well, let's save this for another time because somebody might, you know. Wait, whoa, 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 what, Bob? Years ago, I read about how prisoners' staff had to fight to remove the right of prisoners to play Grand Theft Auto while in prison. What? How can you play Grand Theft Auto in prison? You're in prison. How to make the best prisoner or criminal? Maybe it's criminal. She took all the responsibility for the fight. Exactly, she did. I like that part where he said, I hope she's not saying anything bad about me. I Marisa? I haven't seen any. And that could have been why she was so upset too, because she knew he was so, manipulative. Maybe that's why she was really upset. She knew she was going down for it. Because it didn't really seem like when they said that they were going to cite her for it that he really cared. Oh, I hear you, Queen. Isn't that messed up? This whole thing is so messed up. I don't know what to think anymore. Who asked if he could go to jail? Yeah, but the Yosemite thing didn't really pan out because I don't think the cops really or law enforcement really believed that he was there. Okay, so that All Trails, is that what it is? All Trails app. Um, Whatever the heck it was you guys were just talking about here before I had gone to the washroom. Um, I'm sure there must be like a scanner type deal for where they are at for Gabby. Well, one thing I can say is that I do hope that if she is no longer alive, that it was quick and not dragged out. So if he gets caught, do you think he could use the insanity plea? If she's dead and he killed her. Again, please don't say what I'm saying as fact or anything like that. These are all my opinions. Wait, is that really what happened, Ralph? I didn't hear that. Well, he probably didn't want her in trouble, if especially if he was beating her. So what about that picture of here, let me bring it up. The picture of this picture. Do you guys believe that was him walking? You don't think that's him? Definitely similar. Pepperoni, we don't talk like that in the chat, so please don't. I don't know. For some reason, I always thought that even if you're a person of interest in a case, that Ralph. You know what's funny with that? I have definitely haven't seen that age, sex, and location thing since like old school, like back when you know in the '90s. When we're in chat rooms going age, sex, location. I remember doing that in high school. You guys are awesome. Okay, yeah, I was abused really really badly uh almost 20 years ago from my ex, and yeah, I completely agree with that. I made a lot of excuses for him. Right, modern? Oh God, that yeah, I used to be so pissed because couldn't use the internet at 9:30 at night because my dad would call my mom from work. Irked me. Had to get off the internet so you can make a phone call. Um, yeah, like seriously, I don't know what's happening anymore. I mean, I don't find anything interesting really happening today. I thought that was a little strange about the whole supposed body or something, and then you guys know what I'm talking about. That they heard that there was a body and it was suicide or something on the scanner yesterday, but it turned out that that didn't happen. I'm not exactly 100% certain how that happens, where you hear something and it's not true. But I guess they're out there searching today, so obviously it's not true. Like I said, modern. I think it was from that video, that cam footage, because nobody until then did. But apparently he was very controlling and very I thought that was weird when he turned down the plastic, or he said something about the plastic. Did you guys hear the rest of that footage? Like when Brian was in the police car and the cop was driving him to the hotel? They were like all buddy buddy and everything else, while poor Gabby took the van and was clearly upset and all alone. So does anybody know if the father is doing any interviews for YouTube channels or not for Gabby's case? Or anybody is? I haven't seen any, but I know he was on Ashley Banfield, and CNN. I don't know if he was on CNN, but it was covered on CNN. The van, I think, also has her father's name, doesn't it? It's got a Christopher something. Isn't that his name? Yes, because that was the original complaint, right, Modern? Where he had, there was this altercation between them. Joseph Petito, that's what it was. So who was the Christopher that was on the insurance or whatever that paper was I saw a few days ago? I don't even remember. There were three names on it. What those three names were? I don't know. I'd have to look it back up again. And we all know how well Lori's good at doing that. Oh, maybe it was Brian's dad's name is Christopher. Maybe that's what I was thinking. No, I'm sure. I even thought, because I even looked at it again. Oh, good Lord. I find it really funny how they were living with his parents. Now that I know that the Christopher is the name of the father, probably his name was on that as well. I have a really bad memory, guys. I seriously do. If I don't write my shit down, I'm like a dodo. And also, I have a tendency to lose my train of thought when I'm talking. I don't know. I have bad memory. Very bad memory. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. This is a really tangled web of crap, isn't it? I gotta see if I can find that piece of paper. Then I can tell you for sure. I don't know. I just don't know. But why can't her parents? Why can't her parents report it stolen? Obviously, she's not able to because she's like not there. So why can't her parents do it? Well, I'm getting the impression that the Laundries had money, and I'm also kind of getting the impression that the Schmidt Petito family had money too. Sorry, my nose is itchy. I'm gonna kiss a fool. Bob, pucker up. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Um, Especially if there were witnesses that he was trying to drive off without her and had climbed in the window. Yeah, that's a bit messed up. Like, what? Why lock her out to get her to calm down? It's like, you've been a bad girl. You stay outside now. I'm the king of the castle. I'll stay in our home right here on the road, in the van, and lock you out. So get this, you guys. I don't know what the laws are like down in the States there and stuff like that, but up here in Canada, okay, so there was a knife incident that involved me and my ex. And he had a knife to my neck while I was holding my 6-month-old son and threatened to kill me. And it took me 2 weeks to report him because I had a warrant for my arrest at the time. I'm a badass. I had a warrant for my arrest and all this other stuff, which was just because I breached probation because he made me and all this other stuff. So anyhow, I explain it in another video somewhere. I just don't want to bore you guys with the details. But anyhow, he was arrested and charged with assault with weapon. Now, he had a previous assault charge. Plus, I'm sure it shows up when you call the cops on somebody, right? Like, and they come to your house or whatever. Plus, I had called the cops on him several times because of his abuse. And anyhow, he got charged with assault with a weapon for holding a knife to my neck, threatening to kill me and my son. And he pled guilty. He pled guilty to it. But only had one night in jail because he was Aboriginal. Do you think he was always that way, like, controlling and stuff, or do you think that kind of happened after they maybe whatever incident had taken place that caused her to be so upset and him to lock her out of the car? Because we don't know what the hell happened. What caused that? You think his parents are that way? I guess maybe they could be. Why have the comments not been turned on? I believe the comments should be turned on. I was under the impression they were all turned on. Always. Something going on that I don't know about? Yeah. We're also on it. Bob and I both will be on. It's when he streams from his computer because he knows what he's doing. And we'll both be on tonight at 8 p.m. discussing what's happened from the time this one ends until the next one. I am saying it again, and I'm sorry if I sound like a freaking broken record. You know, I just love you guys. You guys are nice people. So if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. I'll say it really fast so you guys don't have to hear it that fast. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. We love you for it. But please subscribe if you haven't subscribed and hit that like button. There's 20 people watching right now and only 18 likes. There's 2 people that haven't done it. Or you guys all have done it. But 2 people. Just kidding. At your own time. You know, you gotta work into this stuff. Okay, Modern Prospector says depends on the state, Ralph, for an aggravated misdemeanor in Iowa is 5 years, a felony is 20. And there's no statute of limitations for murder. I typed out my story of when my abuser finally was taken to jail and I broke free. It's hard to bounce back from, isn't it? Like to start trusting again and stuff like that. You know, like okay, so my ex would sit there and tell me before we go to bed, you know how you sit there and you tell your loved one, especially if you love them, you know, good night, I love you, and all this other stuff. Well, I was sleeping in the bed with my son at the time because I didn't trust my ex at all with him from an incident that had happened earlier when he was like 2, 3 weeks old, and he tried to put him in a scalding hot bath. Um, he had also caused me to miscarry prior to. And he stopped my stomach when I was like 4.5 months pregnant with my son. He didn't want me to have him, I don't think. That's the impression I'm getting. Um, it was a crazy time, but it definitely messes with you. You say he has weird laws when it comes to a situation like this. And one day I'd like to be able to, be more vocal about what has happened to me, just to maybe give insight to people so that they have the strength to leave. Because it's hard to leave when you're in a situation that's abusive. A lot of people sit there and say it should be easy to leave. He mistreated you, he did this. Why don't you just walk out the door? And I think that's where we kind of have in the back of our minds that dream that we had planned, the perfect life. He'll change. He loves me. He didn't mean it. He had a hard life. His dad beat him. This is why he's beating me. It's okay. It's okay. All we do is make excuses for why it's happening instead of taking, I guess, whatever and getting the hell out. Walking away is hard, and I can understand from Gabby, if she was abused, it would be hard, especially in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. You're on a mission to travel the damn world. Not the world. I'm in a new world. Travel a country. And you don't have a home. Your home is your wheels. And yeah, I left my ex left my eldest daughter alone while I was at work, and she was 16 months old. He gave her 2 milk bottles and a bowl of apple jacks for 6 hours. Wow. I didn't. Okay, so what I was trying to say about that reminded me. What I was going to say about the story I was telling is he would tell me when we'd go to bed at night, instead of saying he loved me, he would tell me he was going to smash my head so hard against the wall that blood would go squirting out everywhere. Yeah, I was 8.5 hours away from home. I had nobody where I was when this all went down. I do believe it's a learned behavior, Bob. Well, my ex told me about a year ago was the last time I had contact with him, but he told me that I'm the one that brainwashed my son and all this other kind of stuff to hate him, and it's sad. But on that note, I think we should end this. It's already been going for an hour and a half. Oh boy, a little bit longer than last. I'm going to stop talking because I'm all fumbled. Oh, you know. So, we're on tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Because Bob and I are both Pacific people. And take care, Modern. I hope you come back and we see you again. We do appreciate you and anybody else coming in or re-watching this. Please do subscribe. That's very important. It gives us motivation to continue. No, I'm kidding. It's nice seeing numbers rise. That's what I'm saying. Also, there was something else, and I can't remember what it was. So if I remember, that is very terrible, Queen. If I remember, I'll mention it tonight. But until then, I think blah blah in the blah and blah. Oh, right. So last night's show, I was going to mention that. So last night's show, we were talking about another case, like, when nothing's really happening in the Gabby case, nothing's really happening in the summer, nothing's really happening, in all these other cases that we're covering. To talk about another case, like an old case, like, say, the Menendez brothers, or, Casey Anthony, or whatever, and that. So, can you guys put down in the comments when this is over what you guys would like us to talk about? We got quite a few for the Menendez brothers already, I think. And, yeah. Thank you, Queen. We love you too. Well, that's what we do try to make it a comfortable, safe place for people to talk and to be themselves. You give us respect, we give it back to you. It wasn't a blah, 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 blah. I was blah, blah, blahing for an hour and a half. What are you talking about? I was sitting here going blah, 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 blah. Losing train of thought, losing everything. All right. 8 p.m. tonight, Pacific time. That's 10 p.m. Eastern. And everything in between, it's between 10 and... No, 11 and 8. I can't even do math. What the hell? It's 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, and everything in between 11 and 8 for all the other places in between there. And if you're further out, ask your nearest Alexa what time that would be for you. Because I don't know. I'm like Dawn and Candace Wells. I don't know my time. I don't know. All right, guys. Have a good one. Did you all see the behavior panel talk about the webcam photo? No. I had that feeling too, Artiker. I don't know how to say your name. I'll butcher your names, guys. I will. And I've been thinking, though, they probably sent them on their goose chase. But they have to look, right? They have to search. Why not search the most, like, dense crap area of all? where there's gators and snakes and bears. Oh my! No, not bears, but there's coyotes. Maybe bear. I don't know. I don't know what the behavior panel. I don't know. Is that on YouTube? Have you guys seen Aphrodite? He's a psychic guy, I guess. He did a thing. I'll post, maybe if there's room in the description. I'll post the link to it. But that was kind of creepy. Like, oh, shut up, LMAO. That was lame. Okay, because I already had a hater a few weeks ago call me a Canadian land whale, so I prefer that. Thanks. Uh, I think that Brian. So just, I don't know. You see, I don't understand people who come in here and say shit like that. Do you feel good about yourself for doing it? It's just a question. Like, I'm gonna stalk YouTube and I'm gonna say hurtful things. Well, it doesn't hurt me because you know why? I've had a lot of criticism in my life. And whatever puny little thing you gotta say to me about whatever about me, I'll be the first to point out my flaws. Thank you very much. I will not have somebody else point my flaws out for me. But hey, whatever. If you think I should go on a diet, you would just have to talk about that with yourself because I don't care what you say. All right. I'm going to end it because I see the trolls have been out and about. Let's leave before the trolls come. Quick, quick, quick. All right. See you tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. That's what the time was. And